This is a reform for inclusive education. What we have done to the children with disabilities. Now, 82% of children with disabilities are involved with the education. 2 years ago, the number was about 50%. Next one is supporting the orphans. We are closing institutions. We deinstitutionalize them by establishing family-based forms of small institutions.
There are a lot of campaigns that Uzbekistan is holding to promote healthy eating habits, and we have promoted a lot of sport activities, building some facilities for children to be busy and to be active.
Hi, welcome back to my podcast, The Zero Hunger Project. I'm your host, Suman. And today I don't have my co-host, Stacia, because we are here in Doha, Qatar, at the Second World Summit for Social Development. It's a mouthful. But this is a very important space because we have seen from the First World Summit in Copenhagen, the resolutions that came out shaped the Millennium Development Goals and the Sustainable Development Goals. And now with Sustainable Development Goals coming to an end in 2030, what's next? And that is a conversation here in Doha this week. But what is really interesting for me is to meet some amazing people from the world who are doing some great programs. And today we are going to feature one of them, which is Uzbekistan. I was at their trade show booth yesterday and was blown away with the program and the impact it's creating in the country. And today we decided we're going to spend this day chatting with them, looking into their programs, what is working and what is successful. So for that, we are going to invite our guest, Bahrom, to come and talk a little bit about the programs. Welcome. Thank you for coming and giving us the tour.
Nice to see you.
So I would love to hear more about your programs and how things are going.
First of all, welcome to our exhibition stand of the National Agency for Social Protection. Our agency is under the president, so we are government organization. The name of the exhibition is Uzbekistan, the country of open doors. Why open doors? Because we are showing our open doors policy. Open doors is a symbol of trust, openness, and readiness to the population. Yes, and actually we wanted to make stands very convenient to the guests. In 3, 4, 5 minutes, guests can easily learn our reforms. So behind every door, we are showing our reforms in the social sphere.
So before we start that, I just want to specify for our viewers. So a country of open doors, and Uzbekistan is a country where not only just in this trade show, but overall it's a country of open doors. That is the belief of the president. They're open for change. And I think what we're going to hear today is a demonstration of why that is really important.
Yes, that's right.
So let's start.
Let's go the reforms about the social protection. 2 years ago, there wasn't any unique body for social programs. So 2 years ago, our president, by the decree of our president, the National Agency for Social Protection is established and consolidate more than 100 programs, social programs. Before it was divided into various ministries and agencies. And now in every city and every district, we have our own social service centers named as Insan. Insan translated as human.
Wow, okay. Insan.
Insan. Yes.
It's very like Hindi, insan. It's very similar.
Yes, Turkish, and Arabic say meaning human.
That's fantastic.
In Uzbekistan, we have local communities. We call them mahallas. So social workers are presented in every mahalla. We have more than 9,000 mahallas and we have more than 9,000 social workers.
So, in this small country of Uzbekistan, it's not a big country. It's like as compared to Canada and the
Population
US.
is 36 million. Population is 36.
I didn't know that. 26 million. Okay. So there are how many communities? You say said?
More than 9,000.
9,000 communities, and every community has a social worker appointed by the government.
Yes. And social workers are studying the situation of the family, analyzing it, and guiding the right services and benefits for them. So now, in every mahalla, there are 100 and more than 120 social services available at mahalla level. So the enrollment is about approximately 3 million already.
Wow, so 3 million, so roughly 10% of the country
Yes.
are vulnerable who are now registered with the social services to get any sort of help that they need in the community.
That's right. The next door is about the reforms on poverty reduction and supporting the vulnerable people. Here you can see the poverty rate decreased from 35% to the 6.6%. Sorry, 7 years.
Hold on. 35%
Yeah.
to 6.6%
Yes.
in 7 years.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Okay, tell me how. Like, what did he do? Because I'm sure many countries in the world would love to know that.
And first of all, this is political will. This is political will. And then engaging the investment in the country to make our economy more inclusive growth, and it's a main thing that we're talking about. Inclusive economic growth has reduced this poverty rates.
So, okay. I love when you say, and Stacia, this is for you, the word political will did come in. And that is important, and I did not tell him to say that. Because it is true that it is the political will that's going to make a difference. And inclusive economy is the reason that this country has done so well in reducing poverty.
Yes.
Wow. And what kind of programs are you doing for the inclusive economy?
Last year, regarding the poverty reduction, our president signed the decree, the new program from the Poverty Through Prosperity program has engaged, and we are working. All the ministries are working to increase the rate of it. What can I say? Jobs. We are working on jobs, education, healthcare, social services, infrastructure of local communities, and the direct dialogue with the government. This is very important to establish direct dialogue between the government and the vulnerable population. Yeah.
Now, what role does the private sector play in that? Any?
Yes, private sector. We are step by step transferring our services to the private sector. So, when private sector develops, there are many jobs, decent jobs.
Amazing.
Yes.
And does the government support the private sector to do this at all?
Yes. We do this by the private PPP projects.
Okay.
With many projects. Yes. We give them opportunity to use government money and provide services and benefits. Yeah. And let me show you next reform. This is a reform for inclusive education. What we have done to the children with disabilities. Now, 82% of children with disabilities are involved with the education. This is great.
And what was the number before?
Before 2 years ago, the number was about the 50%. Yeah.
Wow, 2 years, 50 to 82.
Yeah, we are establishing inclusive classes in general schools, in kindergartens, establishing inclusive classes and inclusive groups. That's
That's fantastic. And what is the general education? Is it for schools?
general education is 100%. Everybody involved with the general education. So we, as other countries, we don't need to make a social contract between the vulnerable people to make them to take their children and go to school, because this is schools are mandatory and
It's free.
yeah, yes, it's free.
It's free. Is there food in schools for the kids too?
Only for from first to the fourth class.
So there's free food as well.
Yeah.
So it's a great start. They're getting into the habits. There's getting food. That's amazing. Okay, that's great.
Next one is supporting the orphans. The work to support the orphans. We are closing institutions. We should deinstitutionalize them by the establishing family-based forms of like small institutions. These children are living in family environments. Yes. What governments do for them? First of all, educate them, giving quotas to the higher education, giving quotas to the government, like civil servants, giving them vacancies. And the main is we give them housing. So if they are 18 years,
Yeah.
they have a house. Yes.
I hope you're listening, whoever you are, decision makers. This is outstanding. So there isn't any homeless population in your country, is there?
Homeless?
Like on the streets?
No.
No, makes no sense.
Yes. Our orphans are our children. They're children of governments, so they are taking. The government supports them.
Wow, that is amazing.
Next one is healthcare and environment issues. Our sports development reforms. You can see the numbers and facts about them. And let me stop on this reform. This is the main reform. 10 years ago, our pupils, our students, our teachers, our doctors were on the cotton fields harvesting the cotton. And 10 years ago, our president stopped eliminate forced and child labor. So these reforms became the catalyst for other reforms. And children are in their places now. Wow. The students are in universities, doctors, teachers are educating and helping. Yeah, this is a great reform.
This is amazing reform, and that's how you develop a country.
Yeah.
And so once again, what was the time frame of this reform?
In 2016, our president stopped this.
So it's 9 years.
9 years. We are shifted from the raw material. We produced raw materials,
Yeah.
cotton, and then we shifted to the producing textile products.
And use end use items.
Yes, and about 500,000 people had their decent jobs after this.
So, and I don't know if you have this answer, but I'm going to ask you anyways. Like, what guided your president to think about this initiative? Why and how? How did he do it?
Probably just he is just good human. I don't know. What to say.
It's a hard thing to say.
Yeah, it's the first of all political will to. He cares about the population. the lowest population, and he he grew up as us. He saw these problems, these difficulties, and one thing I wanted to say that when our new president came, he started with analyzing the problems. He he asked everybody to show him the problems. So before the 2016, they hired problems. Nobody wanted to listen to us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now problems are it's
It needs to be solved.
yeah, but they are solving it. And they are solved it in systematic.
Systematic way.
Yeah,
We have just done half of it, but what it sounds to me like that your president is a visionary. He sees 10 steps ahead.
Yes.
And I think that is really important. And I'm sure that people like you working with him and for him, it makes it even easier. This is amazing. Let's do next. I'm so curious to know more.
Next, next reform is about preschool education. From 2017 to the 2022, we had the separate ministries, Ministry of Preschool Education. From in 2017, the enrollment children from 3 to 6 year olds was 27%. And in 2024, you can see the percentage will increase to the 78%. Yes. First of all, many kindergartens were established. There were 5,000 kindergartens, and now there are 38,000 kindergartens right now.
5 to 38,000
Yes.
kindergartens.
The preschool places increased to 1.5 million, and 96% of 6-year-old children are enrolled in preparatory groups. Preparatory groups are in kindergartens and in schools.
And okay, wow. So I think we are seeing a trend when it comes to education.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about education, there seems to be a theme that I'm seeing is create opportunity. If we have more opportunities, the kids will go to school.
Yes.
And what is fascinating to me is your free meal programs as well as this program. It is evident that your country is starting building base.
Yes.
Start them early, start them right. The habit will continue even down the road.
Yes. And if you see this bus,
Yes.
I will continue with the preschool education. We have many remote and rural areas where preschools are very difficult to build. It's very expensive there because there are not much kids there. So this is the alternative model of preschool groups. These buses are equipped inside. They are going to the remote areas, rural areas, and to the playground, the prepared playground. They go and stop there, and our children go and take the education there
In the bus.
in the bus. Yes. This is an alternative. This is innovative.
This is so innovative. So think about this. It is hard and expensive to build a school in a rural community. So why not do it mobile? Why not do it in a bus? Take the bus, it's easy to go, and the kids can go inside the bus and get educated. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's amazing. What do we have next?
Next is ending the violence against children. Yeah, in 2024, the new law has signed, and Uzbekistan became the 46th country and the first country in the Central Asia that joined the global alliance to protect children from violence.
And was that a big problem before?
Yes. The physical, sexual, psychological violence were not recognized as forms of violence. by the law, we do that. So the work has been started right now. So we are planning huge work in this field. Yeah. Next one is empowering women. In parliament, women's share of women increasing. In parliament, in business, in higher education, in bachelor's and masters, the share of women are increasing. So the government provides them um, kind of help support to make the education easier.
Wow. So education is easier for women.
Yeah.
And that is why you're seeing more women go, not only getting into workforce, but also getting into politics and parliament.
Yes.
That is an equitable model that I think, and in Canada, in 2015, our previous prime minister made a gender equal cabinet in the parliament, and he was one of the first prime ministers to do it. And I'm so glad to see this is not only the president doing a gender equal cabinet or parliament, but actually helping educate the women in a way that is an automatic progression into parliament and higher jobs and higher places.
Yes.
So it's a root cause. It's getting to the bottom root cause and fixing that.
Yes. And Uzbekistan became the first country in the Central Asia that to criminalize domestic violence. Yes. So we started this. So we empowering women. So they have no rights.
Wow. Okay, I'm just wow. I'm saying this word too many times. I know. Wow, wow, wow. I'm just so impressed with what's happening there.
And the last one is about the reform on improving the lives of people with disabilities. Um, um, we are um, we are providing them prosthetics materials. The number of types of protheses increased from 18 to 38. The budgeting, financing increased tenfold. Um, and we are now developing the CRPD roadmap for 26 to 2030. We are working with international organizations, international experts to make the lives of people with disability more better.
Wow. Now, do you have any statistics right on the top of your head? Like,
Yes.
what kind of what is the percentage of the population does have special abilities?
Yes, if the population is 38 million in Uzbekistan, the number of people with disability are a little bit more than 1 million.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. We are establishing new multifunctional centers in every region. Multifunctional centers can provide them services to them and their family members. What I want to say that a family member is can go to the center and we provide daycare services. Family member can work now, can educate now, but we are supporting them by providing them daycare services.
Wow.
That's
For
the time.
any age,
Yes,
anybody with
Yes.
special abilities.
yes, any age.
And wow. Okay. So
In that daycare centers, we provide daycare services, rehabilitation services, and we are starting new service, early child intervention services.
and it's free.
Yes, it is free. It is free. We provide services by giving the vouchers, digitalized vouchers. If the family have people with person with disability, or if the family is vulnerable or low-income family, we provide them digitalized vouchers so they can go there for free. Yeah.
Now, we've seen a huge lot of programs. I'm sure there's many more. You can't bring every program here. I get that, but very impressive bunch of programs we have seen so far. Now, how is your government paying for that? Like, where is that money coming from? How is the tax structure in Uzbekistan?
Also, all these reforms are coming from the budget, directly from government supporting these kind of reforms, and the results, as you can see,
Is it high tax? If the personal tax is high in Uzbekistan, I don't know this.
it is 12%.
Oh, that's low. So like income tax, you mean, or sales tax?
Income.
Income tax is 12%.
Yes, 12%.
We live in Canada. 12 is low. Our taxes are a lot higher. Okay. Wow. And what about sales tax?
Sales tax,
Like when you buy something, is there a tax added to it?
yes, it's 20%.
Okay.
20%.
So the sales tax is 20%, income tax is 12%. So it's very clear and evident to me that, and you've said this a couple of times already, and I'm going to repeat it and take another drink of coffee, everybody, because it sounds like it's all about political will.
Yes.
When there is a will, there is a way. And I heard President Lula from Brazil say this, especially when it comes to hunger, that hunger is a political will, and only political will solve it. And I think this is a great example. Is not only just hunger, helping your community is a political will, and a political will solve it. This is absolutely amazing. We are so thankful that you are here and you gave us a tour and talked about your programs. As I told you yesterday and today, I'm superbly impressed with what you all are doing. I think your country is lucky to have a president like you have, and his leadership and his vision. So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Perfect. Take care. So, can you introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do?
So we are still in the booth of Uzbekistan, the National Agency for Social Protection under the President of Uzbekistan, and I'm representing Social Policy Lab under the agency. So we are the research organization that feeds the agency with the evidence in social policy making. So we look at the data and we do rigorous research and create some recommendations so that agency would use it in policy making.
How big is your team?
The Social Policy Lab, overall, with all technical and research staff, we are 15 people.
Okay.
So we have two main departments. One is the Program Research Department, where I'm heading, and we have inside the Program Research Department 4 programs. First is Social Economic Resilience, and then we have Just Transition program, and we have a Human Capital Development program, and we have Good Governance and Innovative Policy Making program. So one person is heading each program, and I'm head of leading Social Economic Resilience program. And we do, so we are researchers / research managers at the same time.
Wow. Okay.
And the other department is Sociological Research Department. It's the main function of the department is to create data They have different sorts of data that they have an access to administrative data. They collect their own data. They web scrape from the internet and all sorts of interesting data collection issues.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to get to the bottom because this is, first of all, this is fascinating, the project you are doing and leading. And it is also really interesting. And I think many countries do that, but it's also for somebody running NGOs and being on the ground, it's great to hear that all your policies are based on good research that your team is doing and all different kind of research. So what I'm passionate about, and I'm going to try to get to it, is food security and hunger, poverty. And tell me a little bit about how Uzbekistan is doing when it comes to food security and poverty and what's happening in it.
So we had the same question in our mind. And in the beginning of the year, we have finished a research project through by Ahmed Nurullah, my colleague, on food security in Uzbekistan. We wanted to understand if there is any food security issues. If there is, where they are, in what form, what shape. Is it diversity? Is it an adequacy problem? Or overall, we try to look at the global indices and where is Uzbekistan in food security index. Apparently, it's in among 119 countries, it's in the 73rd place.
Okay.
And when we looked at so 6.5% of the children had stunting problem when you compare on their age, and 2.4% of the children have wasting problem based on their age. And let me check the third number is 4.5% children only have overweighting problem. So overall, when we compare these numbers to global averages, they are pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're very good, and especially in knowing that it is not a rich country like US.
Yeah.
Even US, the food insecurity is a lot higher than what the numbers I'm hearing right now. So that's great. Now, I heard all the amazing programs that you're doing in the last 7, 8 years, 9 years, whatever that may be. And now, how has the food security changed in this time with all these programs? Do you see some direct results?
Well, food security, initially it was not a big problem, but we see some change in a positive way. But we have the challenge not in inadequacy of food, but we have a challenge with diversity. Well, diversity is also not a problem when we look at the numbers. But actual, if you know, there is a World Health Organization recommends to have per protein you need to have per one protein should be equal to one fat, and the ratio is 1:4, and the 4 is carbs, right? And when we looked at the structure of the food that our people are consuming, we had 1.2, and 5, and among poor it's 5.2. So, and when you look at
fill their belly.
Yeah, so when you look at the calories, it's actually beyond the limits. It's very above the norms. 2,200 calories. Even the poorest of the poor are consuming enough of calorie. But when we look at these three ratios, we see that there is a increase 20% and 30% of increase respectively of the fat consumption and the carbs. So that might be the challenge.
So that's a complexity there, because that will probably increase your healthcare costs.
Exactly. So there is another number that the first reason, like I would say the most frequent reason of death among people are cardiovascular problems. And if you know the carbs and the excessive amount of fat, it impacts on cardiovascular illnesses, sicknesses. So it has direct. So there were some statistics on unhealthy food eating habits as well among global indices, and we were somewhere on the top, which is quite problematic, right? But there are a lot of campaigns that Uzbekistan is holding that to promote healthy eating habits. and we have promoted a lot of sport activities, building some facilities for children to be busy and to be active. So, and if you visit Uzbekistan,
You have to.
you cannot stop yourself from eating. So there is some objective reasons as well because
Fair enough.
food is
Yummy.
very delicious. So
That's okay. That's fascinating. So, is healthcare free or is it private?
it's free. The basic healthcare system is provided for free. So we have polyclinics in every district, under 8 districts, and in a central region as well. We have a lot of facilities, and in every mahalla there are some polyclinics, people who visit houses. So healthcare system is
Okay. So, it is certainly your government's interest to invest in food care to reduce healthcare costs.
yes.
Totally makes sense. Now, how if I today go to Uzbekistan, will I find people on the streets, homeless people, really poor people? Will I find that easily?
Well, poverty dropped from more than 30% to 6.8 as a half. So the last estimation is half of the 2025, so 6.5%. So probably you will not find
That freely.
and actually that's the problem of us as well. We are not being able to find
Find who they are.
who they are because it's really getting difficult to find poor people and targeting social programs. And the housing problem is not it's a big issue. You don't see homeless people. Usually there is some informal connections, people helping each other. So everyone goes somewhere to sleep. So we don't see homeless people. So in our society, it's more like a multi-generational extended family is a priority. 60%, approximately 60% of the families are not nuclear families, but extended multi-generational families.
60%. Okay. So that helps the homeless population, and that helps that housing issue. Now, what would you say? How many people go to bed hungry? Roughly, you can't put it there numbers.
Well, probably. So usually when we define hunger, it's in the category of poverty. It's not exactly a poverty, but it's extreme poverty, right? So we look at the extreme poverty rates. If our poverty rate is 6.8 around that, so extreme poverty is around 1 or 2%. So the hunger problem
1 or 2%
should be also
is extreme poverty in a country of Uzbekistan. Wow. Now, and pardon my ignorance on this. Now, Uzbekistan, is it considered low income, middle income, or high income country?
it's considered lower middle income country.
Lower middle.
Yeah, and we are aspiring to become a higher middle income till 2030. We are going very accelerated.
And so that is my next question to you is what are some of the steps that you hope or you see coming from now to 2030 that's going to push you from lower middle income to higher middle income?
So I'm an economist and at the same time a social protection specialist. So my daily job is to improve social assistance, social programs, but as an economist, I say that economic growth is number one factor for poverty reduction. 100%. So we just need to keep this stable economic growth of 7, 8, 6% of economic growth, and it will just the magic of economic growth will take care of itself. So that's what I think. And there are a lot of plans on how to ensure the stability of economic growth, because economic growth also stops being 8% at some point.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of reforms that are being done in free trade. For example, Uzbekistan is planning to join World Trade Organization and bring up the trade, like softening the trade policies. And overall economic transformation is happening.
Wow, that is great news. I'm so excited to see what's in horizon for Uzbekistan. And to be very honest with all of you, I did not know some amazing work that your country is doing. So kudos to your president, kudos to all of you who are supporting him to make this happen. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate this. And I will make my trip there someday.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Thank you. So today we heard a lot about what's happening in this country of Uzbekistan. Though we say, of course, we compare to Canada or the US, it's a small country land-wise, but the population is really high. And the president of Uzbekistan in the last few years, less than a decade, has really demonstrated with some amazing programs how poverty reduction, food security can be reduced drastically with just a political will and some amazing programs that goes to the root cause. It's not superficial. It's the root cause, education, and all of that actually decent work. And now if you look at SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, all 17 of them, whether they said or did not mention that, you can hear it that they are tackling each and every one of those 17 goals and clear demonstration that if you're doing it right, you will make the world a better place. They are making Uzbekistan a much better place. And I have to make a plan to actually go there someday and see it for myself. I think it's a great case study. We have seen Brazil in the past, amazing study. We have seen Costa Rica in the past, amazing what they have done with food security and poverty. And now we see Uzbekistan. Something for all of you to consider. Take a look, learn about the country, and if any of you have the opportunity, go and visit them and see for yourself. Till then, follow us at Zero Hunger Project and give us a comment, write us a note. Tell me what you think.